This episode is brought to you by Rancho Santa Fe Farmers Market. Visit the European-styled market every Sunday from 9:30 a.m. until 2 p.m., located at 16079 San Diego Road.
What's up, San Diego? I'm Connor Kane, your host for The Block.
And I'm Atiana Parker, your co-host for the show.
Our show delivers stories on business, entertainment, art, technology, and sports that make San Diego special. On today's episode of The Block, we'll introduce you to the couple who created what we think is San Diego's best farmers market, as well as the founder of one of the county's largest dance competitions.
You'll also meet a woman who's gone through great lengths to save primates in the Congo and visit one of the hottest spots to eat in Logan Heights.
So please sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. In this segment, we introduce you to the couple behind San Diego's best farmers market. Their passion for helping others was the foundation for creating it. Meet Michael Varbaek and Diane Haworth, founders of the Rancho Santa Fe Farmers Market.
Diane Haworth, owner and manager of Rancho Santa Fe Farmers Market. So I was born in San Diego, raised here all my life. I'm the daughter of a firefighter in San Diego, and my mother was a real estate agent, and I have one sister.
Michael Varbaek. I was born in Copenhagen, Denmark, and I came over to the United States when I was 24 years old. I'm the oldest of three brothers, and my whole family still resides in Denmark. I'm the only one that ventured across the pond. So my entry into the United States was actually twofold. So I had a business career. The company had an office in Houston, Texas, and I spent 2 weeks in Texas, and I caught the bug. And for a year I tried to get back, but finally the managing director of the company said, listen, it's not possible. There's only so many foreigners that can be allowed into this office, and it's going to take years before another foreigner will be allowed in. So I legally could not get into the United States that way. I had, at the same time, I was filling a pair of very large shoes because my father had raced the Tour de France, which is road cycling. My godfather had won a silver in the World Championship in cycling, and my grandfather was a professional sprinter. So when I was 17, I had started cycling. And parallel to my business career, I then was also racing bicycles. And got to travel around all of the United States, really learned English really well, had the fortune to stay with local host families. Americans are extremely gracious. I can't say that enough. It's very different than the European culture. And again, in America, right? Families will open up their homes to young athletes, and we became a whole team. I'd never been to Bend, Oregon, but all of a sudden there was a stage race there, and I would go there. It was a fantastic experience. So through the racing, that's how I met Diane. And then we went on to at this point I'm later in my racing career, and now I'm entering into masters racing. And then we went to the World Championship in masters cycling together, all over the world. We went on this journey together. So we became certified raw food chef instructors. When we bought our house together, we bought a house that had 2 kitchens in 2 levels. We closed off the lower level of the house and had a teaching facility. People with all kinds of issues, from breast cancer to irritable bowel syndrome to obesity to arthritis, would come in, and then to food preparation we would teach them how to overcome these issues. Then from that evolved into speaking engagements at different circuits, different conventions. And then we started speaking on a circuit with prominent authors and lecturers that go around the world. Then through Cornell University, we became certified in nutrition through Cornell University. That then again led to more larger engagements around the world, a contract with the military, and that's where we started traveling internationally.
Because a lot of people know, okay, I need to change how I eat, I need to get more sunshine and fresh air and exercise. But what was really glaring for me was that in all of these villages, we found, whether it was, in Asia, in Okinawa, in Bama, in Simi, in Greece, and, wherever they were in the world, they all had this central location in their village where on Sunday the village came and gathered. So they had this community gathering of all ages, from young children to the centenarians and super centenarians. There was live music and fresh air and sunshine and dancing, and it was just wonderful gathering of everyone. They were part of something bigger than themselves. And to me, most glaring, that's missing from our Western culture. Michael and I were trying to figure out a way, how could we get this community gathering spot going in the United States? And so if we did a community longevity event, probably no one would come to that. But I said, what if we took this format of a farmer's market, this basic foundation, but instead of it being a row with tents and people come with a list in a bag and they get what they want and they leave, what if we created that community gathering, that piazza, that village square feeling? And that's what we've really tried to do here at Rancho Santa Fe Farmers Market. And what's happened in the last 3 years is something really magical. That's what you get when you come here. That's what we want people to have that feeling of. And we have regular shoppers that come every week. And if 1 week, Marvin isn't here, vendors start saying, has anybody seen him? He's a little bit older and want to make sure he's okay. One of us will call and check on him. So you get that feeling when you come here, and like Michael said, you're just enriched. It fills you up, it charges your batteries, because there's a tremendous synergy that happens here. In the morning, I love it when we come here and it's an empty parking lot. There's nothing here. And then really and truly over this 4-hour time period, the cafe tables, the bistro chairs, the market umbrellas, the flowers, the vendors come in, this big family, this synergy is created. And then the shoppers come in and it's alive and vibrant. At the end of the day, before we leave, again, it's just an empty lot. And you stop and you just take that in for a moment and think about what happened here today. I joke, but it's like we build a village every Sunday, and it's just a wonderful thing to be a part of.
I'm Michael Varbaek.
And I'm Diane Haworth. We're Rancho Santa Fe Farmers Market, and you're watching The Block.
The Rancho Santa Fe Farmers Market is just 30 minutes from downtown San Diego, and it's definitely worth the drive.
This episode is brought to you by Rancho Santa Fe Farmers Market. Visit the European-styled market every Sunday from 9:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. Located at 16079 San Diego Road. This commercial is brought to you by Rancho Santa Fe Farmers Market. Visit the European-styled market every Sunday from 9:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. Located at 16079 San Diego Road.
Did you know that San Diego is host to a dance competition that houses dancers from all around the world? Founder Anna Sarao almost gave up on dance altogether after the loss of one of her best friends, but instead chose to create the Body Rock Dance Competition and honor him.
My name is Anna Sarao, and I am the owner of Body Rock Dance Competition, and I'm also the artistic director for Culture Shock San Diego. Moving from the Philippines and then growing up here was a very difficult transition. My parents had a hard time, and so did I, at culture rating and everything. My parents still wanted to raise us Filipino style. But I was typically raised by American TV, so I'm watching like What's Happening Now and Soul Train, Yo MTV Raps, And to me, those things were cool. You know, I didn't really know the background of hip hop or anything, but as a little girl, I thought, man, that's cool. And I would just copy everything I saw. And my parents were like, no, you're a girl, you vacuum, you wash the dishes, you stay home until it's time for you to get married. So yeah, we butt heads a lot. Honestly, I thank God that my grandma came growing up. She was just a strong kind of like female figure for me. So when I would see her at church, it gave me a role model to look up to. She was very vocal. She was a leader in our church. So even though I felt different, I didn't feel completely alone. How did I end up where I am now? Honestly, God only knows. Like, I never saw this like as a future career path. I tried to quit many, many times. And at one point I was at San Diego State or trying to graduate as a, Bachelor of Arts in teaching. But I remember walking past a dance class and going, what? You can't teach hip hop in school. What is that about? It's just something my friends did, I was like, man, okay, I can do that, whatever, I'll just go in class. And after that, my life just sidetracked. I made friends. A lot of my friends are all like major from different backgrounds and they also danced. And I think one pivotal thing that happened was a friend of mine, his name was Chris Braswell. We made Culture Shock together, but he contracted cancer and he died like 2 years after we made the team. After that, I kept dancing. So I became artistic director in 2000 of Culture Shock. And at the time, there was little pockets, little communities of dance crews all up and down California. And they had no place, no outlet to compete. So then my friends on Culture Shock, a lot of things culminated to this, but they were telling me, dude, we should do this. Why don't you throw it? And I kept putting it off, but people were like, no, I think we could do this. You're supposed to do this. So definitely 2 other things that happened to push me to do it. We were losing our original dance center, and also with Chris's passing, that really, really changed me internally. I felt like, man, I need to do all the things that he never got to do. So finally, I stepped forward and I thought, you know what, now I have a reason to do this. Okay, and we organized this event way back in 2000. We invited all the crews that we'd ever met performing. So we had crews from the Bay, we had crews from LA, from Korea, from Japan, from Germany, from Russia, from Australia, from Singapore, from Canada, Philippines. We've gone pretty far, honestly. Dance has affected me so much. Like, it really is ministering to me for a long, long time. Like, I needed an outlet for my anger, when I needed a voice, when I needed a family and I needed to belong. It's dance, and I honestly feel like it's given me so much when I learned about my skills as a leader. The best relationships I've had here at Culture Shock. Like, really good memories, like really like family. Please come out to Body Rock. You can find more information on our Facebook page, Body Rock or Body Rock Competition, and you can add us on Instagram, official Body Rock SD. What's up? I'm Anna Sarao. I'm the owner and founder of Body Rock Dance Competition and the artistic director of Culture Shock San Diego, and you're watching The Block.
Culture Shock Dance Center is located at 2110 Hancock Street, Suite 200 in San Diego. You can also learn more by visiting their Facebook page at Official Body Rock SD.
This episode is brought to you by Rancho Santa Fe Farmers Market. Visit the European-styled market every Sunday from 9:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. Located at 16079 San Diego Road. This commercial is brought to you by Rancho Santa Fe Farmers Market. Visit the European-styled market every Sunday from 9:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. Located at 16079 San Diego Road.
When you have more month in your food, you make sure your kids don't ever go to sleep hungry.
We have many kids that are coming to school hungry, and when they're hungry, their mind is not on math, language arts.
Sometimes academic doesn't happen if you're hungry.
Feeding San Diego is a godsend, and it's a variety of food.
Fresh food that I swear it feels like it just came off of the tree.
Feeding San Diego serves people who
serve our country,
raise families,
and seek education.
To donate, visit feedingsandiego.org.
There are many animals on the endangered species list, from the black rhino to the Amur leopard. But there are also many people doing amazing things trying to save them. One of those people calls San Diego home. Founder of the Bonobo Project, Ashley Stone.
My name is Ashley Stone. I'm the president and founder of the Bonobo Project. I was born in Stone Mountain, Georgia in 1973, and my parents were divorced by the time I was like 8 or 9. So I had a single mom for the most part. I had a great aunt. Her name was Aunt Lib, and she was born and raised in Columbia, South Carolina. She was just a really unique character. And we used to feed the ducks every time I'd visit her, and she had chickens, and I remember she had this one chicken that was born with like a cleft foot, and I just felt so bad for that chicken. So I said, please don't kill it, and so I took care of it the whole summer that I visited her that year. I just had a tremendous love for animals. I loved the idea that they were, I felt like I could relate to them in some way without, speaking. I think it was probably the ability to be outside in nature in Georgia, combined with, my mentor, my aunt, that gave me that initial just absolute awe of animals, how they work, how they operate, how their social systems work, how they live and manage, and I was always just fascinated with it. So growing up, one of the major influences for me was playing sports. I was a swimmer, I played softball, I played basketball, but I think as a girl especially, it was a huge focal point for my life. I really was proud of being athletic. It was an opportunity for me to explore who I was, not just, a girl or a student or whatever, but also an athlete. And it was just a big part of my identity, and it still is. And I want to instill that in my kids as well, especially my girls. I graduated high school in 1991, and I had good grades, and I did well enough on the SATs, and I was an okay basketball player. So I thought, I'll apply to Emory, that's fine. I never thought I could get in. I never thought that I would be that kid, because the really, really smart kids were applying to Emory. But I did anyway, and I got accepted. I had a single mom, as I said, and we definitely couldn't afford Emory. So, but luckily we had some financial aid and grants through Georgia that allowed me to attend Emory. So I did play basketball there. It was a tremendous experience. I got to travel to the different schools around the Northeast and some in the Midwest for the first time ever. And I got to see a little bit more of the world than I had in high school. At Emory University, I took a few anthropology classes, and one of them was about primates. And I learned about this species, bonobos, and I was blown away. First of all, I couldn't believe I'd never heard of them. It was like this underdog theme, like everybody knows about chimps, gorillas, and orangutans, but nobody's ever heard of bonobos. And why is that? About 20 years later, I had an opportunity to meet Claudine Andre, who is the bonobo heroine. She's founded and started the only bonobo sanctuary in the world in the Democratic Republic of Congo. So I had a chance to meet with her and spend some time with her and learned about, what's really happening with bonobos. I was so drawn to this cause, to this species that still, 20 years after I'd learned about them, almost nobody still knew a thing about them. And they're going to go extinct in my lifetime if if we don't do anything about it. So I booked a ticket and went to the Congo and spent some time with Claudine, and I have been back again one more time since then, and I plan to go back at least once a year just to try to help in any way that I can, but also to bring other bonobo people together, to researchers, zoo people, conservationists, artists, authors, whoever, to try to shine a light on this species before it's too late. I think that the future for the Bonobo Project is very bright. There's, I think the key is to work with other people who are passionate about the same thing, and listen and learn and help to put this puzzle together so that there's biodiversity left for our kids. Those issues are very complicated and it's complex in a country that's so far away, that's so destitute. I mean, the Congo is, kind of a forgotten country. But I'm up for the challenge, and what else am I going to do? So the future is bright. I think we are going to be looking toward building a real positive message around the bonobos, because the bonobos themselves are very positive. They're the only great ape that's matriarchal. They're the only great ape that hasn't been seen to kill each other in the wild. They are empathetic. They show great capacity for working together. I think the message of bonobos is the message of people. Hi, I'm Ashley Stone. I'm the president and founder of the Bonobo Project, and you're watching The Block.
Ashley continues to fight hard to save the endangered primate. Support her cause by donating to the Bonobo Project at bonoboproject.org.
This commercial is brought to you by Rancho Santa Fe Farmers Market. Visit the European-styled market every Sunday from 9:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. Located at 16079 San Dieguito Road.
Now in our next segment, we'll introduce you to the owner of a restaurant that was voted the #1 soul food restaurant by City Beat magazine in 2015. His inspirational story takes us on a journey to the Navy, Hawaii, and the School of Hard Knocks. Meet Reggie Harper.
Hi, I'm Reggie Harper, and I'm the owner of Louisiana Famous Fried Chicken and Waffles. My father was raised here in San Diego, and he was a businessman, went on to own his own business in Hawaii, and I grew up working in his business in Hawaii for during the summertime. And then my mother owned a restaurant in Seattle, Washington, and I grew up working in her restaurant also. Well, working with my father and my mother, one, it allowed me to see that my parents were owners. My parents were business people, how they carried themselves, how they talked to their customers, And then when you grow up seeing that, it allows you to say, I can do that also. So, and then you get the passion for customers, you get the passion, there's no fear, because you grew up having fun doing it as a child, so you go right into it. The key is to pick up the necessary skill along your journey to allow you to be able to run your business effectively and efficiently. I am actually living my dream right now. You know, I'm doing what I started out to do. I call myself like semi-retired. You know, I come in, I open my kitchen, I make sure that my food's right, everything is looking good. Had to overcome is the discipline of what it takes to be a manager, what it takes to be an owner, and what it takes to meet the day each day. From an African American perspective, I would just say, do it no different. I really don't see it any different because I treat everybody the same and I get treated like that. So I don't look at it as color. I look at it as each customer coming in, you're coming into my home and I'm treating you as I would if you were in my home. So I really don't see any struggles like that. I haven't really seen that on my journey. And I like developing the next generation. If you notice, I hire from the neighborhood. I hire second chance people, you know, and just allow people to get into my industry where sometimes they might not be able to get into the industry based upon maybe their record, you know, or lack of training. The future for Louisiana Fried Chicken and myself, I'm actually into growing the company. So I sell the franchises, you know, so if you would like, it's actually a license. If you'd like to own a Louisiana Fried Chicken, you contact me and we help you look for a location and help you open one up. Currently, we are about to open one up in the Akron, Ohio market, and we're also looking into the Baltimore market, Maryland. Hi, I'm Reggie Harper, owner of Louisiana Fried Chicken, and you're watching The Block.
You can try some of Reggie Harper's award-winning chicken at the Louisiana Fried Chicken located at 2850 National Avenue in Logan Heights.
This commercial is brought to you by Rancho Santa Fe Farmers Market. Visit the European-styled market every Sunday from 9:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. located at 16079 San Diego Road.
Thank you guys so much for watching the show.
You can also catch bonus footage of the show on your computer or mobile device at theblocksd.tv.
Also, get a behind-the-scenes look at The Block by following us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at TheBlockSD.
Stay on the rise, San Diego.
This episode is brought to you by Rancho Santa Fe Farmers Market. Visit the European-styled market every Sunday from 9:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. located at 16079 San Diego Road.